Welcome to the TechTide Digital Lifestyle for this complete lecture on the main air conditioning and refrigeration system used in industrial plants and onboard ships. As you can see on the screen, on the left side we have a large industrial HVAC plant with cooling towers and chillers. On the right side, we see a ship engine room installation. And at the center, the rotating compressor represents the heart of the entire refrigeration system. In today's session, we will cover everything step by step, starting from the basic refrigeration principle, then moving to the vapor compression cycle, understanding each component in detail, and finally analyzing the industrial layout, shipboard system, and electrical control diagram. Air conditioning systems are extremely important in industries to maintain process temperature, protect equipment, and provide comfort to workers. Onboard ships, air conditioning is critical for accommodation areas, bridge, and engine control room operation. By the end of this lecture, you will clearly understand how the system works thermodynamically, mechanically, and electrically. Let us begin with the fundamental principle, refrigeration. Basic refrigeration principle. Now on this 3D image, you can see a room where red heat particles are moving toward a cooling coil, and blue cooled air is spreading inside the room. Refrigeration simply means removal of heat from a space. It is very important to understand that we do not create cold. Instead, we remove heat. Heat naturally flows from a region of higher temperature to a region of lower temperature. However, in refrigeration systems, we force heat to move in a controlled direction using mechanical energy. The evaporator coil inside the room absorbs heat from the surrounding air. The refrigerant inside the coil evaporates and carries that heat away. This continuous removal of heat lowers the temperature of the space. So the basic principle is, heat removal equals cooling effect. This same principle is used in household refrigerators, industrial chillers, and even massive marine air conditioning plants. Now let us understand the complete cycle that makes this possible. Vapor compression cycle. On this slide, you can see a closed-loop refrigeration system with four main components. These are, compressor, condenser, expansion valve, evaporator. This system is called the vapor compression refrigeration cycle. The refrigerant continuously circulates through these four components in a closed loop. Notice the color coding in the diagram. The orange side represents the high pressure, high temperature region. The blue side represents the low pressure, low temperature region. The compressor increases pressure. The condenser rejects heat. The expansion valve drops pressure. The evaporator absorbs heat. This cycle repeats continuously. Without any one of these components, the refrigeration process cannot work. Now let us examine each component in detail, starting with the compressor. Compressor. Here we see a 3D cutaway of a reciprocating compressor. On the suction side, low pressure vapor enters, shown in blue. Inside the cylinder, the piston compresses the vapor. On the discharge side, high pressure, high temperature vapor exits, shown in orange. The compressor is called the heart of the system because it circulates refrigerant and creates the pressure difference necessary for heat transfer. When pressure increases, temperature also increases. This is why the discharge vapor is very hot. On ships and in industries, compressors may be reciprocating screw type or scroll type. Large marine systems often use screw compressors due to high capacity and reliability. The compressor consumes electrical power and converts it into mechanical energy to compress refrigerant. Now that we have high pressure hot vapor, we must remove its heat. That happens in the condenser. Condenser. On this slide, we see a shell and tube condenser. The hot vapor enters from the compressor. Cooling water flows through tubes, shown in blue. As heat transfers from refrigerant to cooling water, the vapor gradually changes into liquid. This process is called condensation. In industries, cooling towers are often used. On ships, seawater is commonly used for condenser cooling. The condenser performs heat rejection. Without removing heat in the condenser, the system cannot continue working. At the condenser outlet, we now have high pressure liquid refrigerant. But it is still at high pressure. To make it capable of absorbing heat again, we must reduce its pressure. That is done in the expansion valve. Expansion valve or evaporator. Here we see the thermostatic expansion valve. When high pressure liquid passes through this small opening, its pressure drops suddenly. Due to this pressure drop, temperature also drops rapidly. The refrigerant now becomes a cold, low pressure mixture. This cold refrigerant enters the evaporator coil. Warm air from the room passes over the coil. Heat transfers from air to refrigerant. The refrigerant evaporates and turns into vapor again. That is why it is called an evaporator. The evaporator performs heat absorption. Now the refrigerant is again low pressure vapor. It returns to the compressor. And the cycle continues. This is the complete vapor compression cycle. Now let us see how this system is arranged in industrial plants. Industrial AC plant layout. This slide shows a complete industrial centralized air conditioning plant. At the center, we have the chiller unit. The chiller produces chilled water. This chilled water is pumped through insulated pipes to air handling units, or AHUS. Inside the AHU, air passes over chilled water coils and gets cooled. The cooled air is distributed through ducts to rooms. Meanwhile, heat removed from the building is rejected at the cooling tower. So the complete flow is chiller pump AHU room return cooling tower. Industrial systems are large capacity and designed for continuous operation. Now let us see how this concept is applied on board ships. Shipboard AC system. Here we see a cross-sectional view of a ship. At the bottom is the engine room where the air conditioning plant is located. Unlike industrial buildings, ships use seawater for condenser cooling. A seawater pump circulates seawater through the condenser to remove heat. Chilled water is then distributed to accommodation spaces, bridge, and engine control room. Ships usually have standby compressors for redundancy. If one compressor fails, another can operate. Humidity control is also important at sea to prevent corrosion and discomfort. Marine systems are designed for vibration resistance, compact space, and reliability. Now let us move to the electrical control system that operates this plant. Electrical control system. This slide shows a simplified electrical control diagram. When room temperature rises, the thermostat closes its contact. This energizes the contactor coil. The contactor supplies power to the compressor motor. Before starting, the system checks safety devices: high pressure switch, low pressure switch, oil pressure switch, overload relay. If any abnormal condition occurs, the circuit opens and stops the compressor. This ensures safe operation. In modern systems, PLC-based automation is also used for monitoring. Electrical protection is extremely important because compressor motors are high-power machines. Now let us summarize the main components. Component summary or conclusion. In this final slide, we see the main components displayed together. Compressors may be reciprocating or screw type. Condensers may be air-cooled or water-cooled. Expansion devices regulate refrigerant flow. Evaporators absorb heat. All these components work together in perfect synchronization. In industrial plants, the system maintains process stability and worker comfort. On ships, it ensures safe and comfortable living and equipment protection. Understanding this system requires knowledge of thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, and electrical control. Now you have learned the complete working principle, system layout, and electrical control of the main air conditioning and refrigeration plant used in industry and on board ships. Thank you so much for watching this complete lecture on the main air conditioning and refrigeration system used in industrial plants and on board ships. I truly hope this video helped you clearly understand the working principle, system layout, and electrical controls in a simple and professional way. My goal is always to break down complex engineering concepts into easy to understand explanations that are practical and useful for students, marine engineers, technicians, and working professionals. If you found this video valuable, please support the channel by clicking the like button. It really helps the channel grow and reach more learners like you. Also, share this video with your friends, classmates, or colleagues who are preparing for exams or working in the HVAC or marine engineering field. If you have any questions, doubts, or suggestions for future topics, drop them in the comments section below. I personally read your comments, and your feedback helps me create better content for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel Tech Tide Digital Lifestyle and turn on the notification bell so you never miss upcoming technical lectures, marine engineering topics, and industrial system explanations. And make sure to visit the playlist section of the channel, where you will find organized videos covering important engineering subjects step by step. Thank you once again for your support. This is Tech Tide Digital Lifestyle, learning made practical, professional, and powerful. See you in the next video.